Okay, thank you very much, everybody, to make this presentations, meaningful. And I'm thankful to my friend in Romania, so who invited me to give share my ideas to this great conference. So this is just my experience, which explained in a few PPT. How I did a hard work to get such today's popularity and readership and other things. Okay, so the title of that presentation is "How to Brighten Your Career in Business, Economics, and Finance: Lessons from Professor Muhammad Experience." So my name is Muhammad Shahbaz. I'm affiliated to School of Management and Economics, Beijing Institute of Technology. Partially, I'm affiliated with the Department of Land Economy, the University of Cambridge. So I'm in twice, thrice. I visit Department of Land Economy. So once I feel okay, so to see my host and I share my research ideas with him for further improvement of my research collaboration. So this is education history. If you can also click on these links, so you can make sure information that I'm just presenting in words. So in 2019 June 24th, I think I joined China. So now according to ideas, so everybody knows about ideas. This kind of websites where we register our name. So then on month basis, they send you your progress. So in China and even in Asia, I'm number 1. So then according to World Bank, here is a developmental economist, David McKenzie. So he in 2015, I think it was March, he collected some informations of young researchers in developing economies. So according to this ranking, according to his categorization, I'm still number 5 in the world. Being a young economist in developing economies. So now again number 3. This is among top 10. Now I'm among top 4, not top 10. So basically, information needs updation. What is that? This is they do based on the your circle in the world. Co-authorship betweenness. So you may say, how many people we do work in research, being a group. So based on that, I'm number 4 in the world. So I received a highly cited professor certificate from Web of Science in 2021. And in 2021, I think I was in 3 disciplines: social science, economics, and business. So this year in 2022, I also captured engineering subject, being a highly cited professor. So in academia, everybody is a professor here. So they know, in academia, 7 years and 6 months is nothing. So I became professor from research fellow to full professor just within 7 years and 6 months. So this is itself a record in my country, and I think this is a very fast growth, being a young professor in Pakistan. So most important, I secured my whole education from Pakistan, and I become full professor in France in 2017, 31st March. Okay, so how much I got attention of the world. So in 2019, I think 8th November, I got an award of Scientist of the Year by Turkish mayor in Istanbul. So again, a highly cited researcher in categories I told you. So my cumulative impact factor of my research publications is more than 20,000. Okay, so till today, I have secured 46,000 citations of my research work. So my H index is 104, not 100. Okay. So my I-10 index is 603. So these are some achievements. In Pakistan, we have 2 education system. Okay. The first is you can enroll yourself in a public school or in a private college. So you can go to college, take classes, then you can appear in exam. So it is up to you. I mean, being enrolled in a public or a private college, so you got to fail or you got to pass. And other system is you just sit in home, okay? So you learn by yourself. So then you can appear in exam. The first one is called public, I mean, student, and the later one called is called a private student. So being a private student, I passed my bachelor, I passed my certificate in bachelor education, I passed my master in economics, I passed my MPhil in economics, I passed my PhD in economics, being a private candidate. So after getting this education, being a private candidate, you can see my achievements. So on Monday, I mean on 16 May, 3 universities in Pakistan, they are going to give me an award. I'm a teacher to the nation, then national scholar, then the emerging national scholar. So what I say, I mean, achievements in the form of awards, achievements in the form of appreciation, they are just on my way. And it is up to me how much and how can I just collect them. So during these 7 years and 6 months, I have some key points which I think I should explain. And everybody who wants to be a good researcher, he or she should follow that. First of all, think positive in all circumstances. I know research is a boring subject. And I know once you submit your paper and maybe right after 5 minutes, right after 30 minutes, right after 1 day, right after 5 days, maybe right after 1 month, you just get an email from the editor. So we are very happy with your paper, but sorry, your paper is not suitable for this journal. Sometimes they just directly reject your paper. Sometimes they say, okay, so your paper is not suitable for this journal, but we have such kind of, possibility for you. So if you want, so we can transfer your paper to the other journal. So in that way, I know the frustration. I know the level of frustration, you feel. What happened? I just share you one example with you. It was 2014. I submitted my one of paper to energy policy. So we got a revision. We revised and resubmitted that paper. Again, we had another revision. Okay. So in that revision, in the second revision, reviewer, he was asking me to add something, as a future research. Okay. So we added one paragraph based on our, thinking. Okay. So this is a potential area. If anybody wants to enhance my research, so they can go to that direction. After third revision, we got our paper rejected. So I was near, I'm near to cry. It's a third revision, and that guy, he just rejected the paper. Why he wasted my time? Okay, I said no problem. I again share the comments with my colleagues. Okay, so we revised the paper. So in 2014, energy policy was having 2.45 impact factor, 2.40, but we got our paper rejected from energy policy after third revision. Then we revised and resubmitted our paper to energy. By that time, energy was having 6.75 impact factor. Okay, so we got a very minor revision from energy. We revised and resubmitted, and then we got our paper accepted in energy. So what I mean to say, sometimes rejections come into your life for a better destination. I got our paper rejected from energy policy. Once it was having 2.45 impact factor. The paper got rejected, but where our paper was accepted in energy, by that time it was having 6.75 impact factor. That's why I say, if you get your paper rejected from any journal, don't be disappointed. You can try your paper to the other journal, because what I say, sometimes some people, as editors, they send you email. Okay, your paper is not suitable for our journal, so that's why we are going to reject your paper. What I say, if your paper rejects from any journal, it means that journal is not suitable for your paper. So go to the suitable journal. So this is a way of my thinking, because in the world, nobody is ready to appreciate or motivate the researcher. So being a researcher, we have to motivate ourselves. So that's why I say in all kind of circumstances, we have to think positively. Okay. Then feel and dig out your capability. Okay. The paper is rejected, no problem. The rejection is a first step to get your paper accepted. If there's no rejection in the research business, there's no acceptance. If you want to get your paper accepted, you should be ready for the rejection. So what was my capability? My capability when I was in matriculation is kind of A level in Pakistan. My mathematics was very good. So based on this, I'm in a good of my mathematics. I just learned some econometric approaches. Okay. So when I put myself into the pool of econometrics, I found many things. Time series analysis, cross-section analysis, panel analysis, then a quantile regression analysis, so many things. So I got from my experience, Muhammad, you should have at least expertise in one of the field. Don't put yourself on all fields of econometrics. Okay, you should get expertise in a time series or cross-sectional data or panel data. It is up to you. So then I see, okay, so I should improve my empirical approaches regarding the time series. And if you have looked till today, I think I have 600 plus publications, and you will see more than 80% of my publications based on time series analysis. So if you are good in cross-sectional data, cross-sectional analysis, then you should focus on the cross-sectional. If you are good in the panel data, then you should focus your all the energy for improving your panel data analysis expertise. And if you are good in both in time series and panel data, so it is more than enough. But till today, I am just publishing my work based on the time series analysis, because my teacher, who is my mentor, Professor Muhammad Shahbaz, because till today I give all credit of my success to my mentor, because if he was not in my life, so maybe today I would be zero. He said, Muhammad, in research, we have three things. You should be very sharp in exploring the ideas, okay? Or you should be very good in writing, or you should be very good in empirical analysis. So I see exploration of new ideas takes time. Your write-up will mature with the passage of time. So, okay, if I put my all the attentions to get a good command on the empirical approaches, with the passage of time, ideas will come. With the passage of time, my write-up will be matured. So in that way, I just summarize myself. Okay, then fix your dreams in light of your capability. I mean, be focused. When I looked around, I saw many of my colleagues. Let's say one of my colleagues, a very good example. One of my colleagues, he was a lecturer. When I joined as a research fellow, I promoted to assistant professor. He was lecturer. I promoted to associate professor. He was lecturer. I promoted to full professor. He was lecturer. Just last week, he promoted to assistant professor. So I focused, okay, based on research, I will make a record in my country to be a young professor. So very, very simple. For getting promotions very fastly, you have to work very fastly. If you work like a normal person, you will get normal promotions. But if you work like a super normal person, so then I think you will have the super normal promotions. So within 7 years and 6 months, if you get 4 promotions in academia, I think it is itself a dream. And you know, to get promotion from research fellow to assistant professor, how it is easy. And you know, to get promotion from assistant professor to full professor, how it is easy. But it is very easy when you have publications. Without publications, there's no promotion. When there's no promotion, there's no money. When there's no money, there's no motivation. Very simple equation. Okay, then put all your efforts for making your dreams true and leave it on nature. Because that presentation I prepared for Chinese universities, so that's why I have written nature. But being a Muslim, I say on God, because my God in Quran Pak, God says, "Do work hard, then leave it on me." God says, "A person who does work hard, I'm his friend." So, being a Muslim, I say, when God is my friend, then I don't need to worry. My duty is to do work hard, okay, write research papers, submit to the journal. When you have too many things in the pool, at the end of the day, something is coming out in the form of publication. This is a very simple way. Sometimes people, what they do, they just write one paper, they submit email, submit their paper to the journal. They daily come to the office and they just wait for the email from the editor. What I do, I just submit paper, and after that I forget about that paper. I mean, if I publish, last year I published 68 publications in a very good journals. So think, if I published 68 papers, and how much I have, I wrote. Sometimes I, believe me, sometimes I completely forget about the idea. So then I see my CV. Okay, if I have not published on this idea, so then I should follow this new direction. Otherwise, if I publish, then leave it. So this is I say very simple. It is up to you. If you just focus yourself on money, and money is not everything but moral values. Why it is important? I was sitting with my colleague in my university. So he said, "Muhammad, today I'm very sad." Why? He told me somebody has stolen my ideas. So I just laughed at him. I said, "My brother, if that was your idea, so there's no worry. The reason, you are idea generator. Okay. So if let's say, if you say somebody has stolen your idea, so it means he not only stolen your idea, he also saved you. Because next time you would be careful from that person. So don't be disappointed. Don't, I mean, disheartened. Just think about the new idea and go for the work. So in that way, some people, they say, okay, so I mean, get promotions for the sake of money. Very simple. I was such a professor, I did not think about money, because I say, once I get promoted to assistant professor, my salary will be, I mean, raised. The money is running after me. When I promoted to associate professor, then again, I don't do bargain on the salary. I do bargains on the position. When you are associate professor, definitely there will be a rise in your salary. When you get full professor, there will be a rise in your salary. So it is up to you. If you, I mean, do work hard for getting the positions, so money is running after you. I was in France, so being associate professor, I was getting a high salary in my school. When I got full professor, promoted full professor, I moved to China. So I have, I think, 100% higher salary compared to France and China. So now I'm full professor. There's no bargain for me, at least. I mean, for associate professor, for full professor, a maximum, promotion I got. Now I do bargain for the salary. So it is up to you. If you, I mean, want to run after money from the initial point, or it is up to you. If you first get settled in academia, then you can bargain about the money. Okay, so now this is the way of thinking. All my things, I think I have very good explained in 5 points. Let's say how we conceive the idea. Again, the conceiving of the idea depends on your, I mean, capabilities. I told you, my professor says, okay, you should be very sharp in idea generation. You should be very good in write up, and or you should be very good in empirical approaches. So in empirical approaches, I focused myself on time series. So if you see, these are two links. I think I should click here. Okay, then I will show you all the things one by one. Yes, you can see this is a paper published in Energy Economics 2010. Do economic, financial, and institutional developments matter for environmental degradation? Evidence from transitional economies. So it is in the title, that is a panel study. Okay, and that paper was published in Energy Economics in 2010. So because I told you my expertise is a time series, so I said, okay, so this is about the transitional economies. Okay, so why not I do, because here environmental degradation is a very, a hard topic nowadays. Everybody is publishing work on energy economics, environmental economics, and there are many new directions around the way. So what I did, yes, I did my study on Indonesia. Once I read that paper, so I have seen, okay, so trade openness as a mediator variable is missing. So I took the idea. So I collected data for Indonesia, and you can see today energy economics is having 8.001 impact factor. Okay, but impact factor of renewable system energy reviews is 14.982. And if you see the links of both papers, so my paper got high citations compared to paper published in energy economics. So that's why I was saying, I mean, if you keep your research focused based on your expertise, so it will benefit you in long run. Okay, so your econometric expertise, you can see both guys in the picture. So one person, he just trying to eat the laptop, and other one, she is trying to just destroy the laptop. So once you are unskilled, so it happens. From the day of initiate, you should uh, focus on your expertise. I mean, some of papers, let's say, yes, I think both are same. So this, I mean, again, the panel study. So below one is mine, the time series studies. Again, if you are very good in panel data, okay, so then you should go to that side, because I feel, based on my experience, sometimes it is very difficult to publish your papers. I mean, if you done on panel data, how? Let's say you uh, get data of OECD countries. Okay, it's a well-established panel. Okay, you will get the data. But my concern is, once you go to give the policy recommendations, then how do you feel those policy recommendations would be motivated by the governments to apply? But if you do a study on time series analysis based on a single country study, I mean, I have also done one paper on, I think, Romania, with my Romanian guy. Maybe you know that paper. So once you do the time series analysis with a single country study, then you are in a better position based on the findings of your research. So you can give a good policy recommendations. This is my concern. So that's why I focus myself on time series analysis. But some journals, they require, panel data studies. But on the other side, if you see, in time series analysis, you have very good empirical approaches compared to the panel data studies. I think, developed my 3 to 4 tests, 3 unit 2 tests, and then the 2 co-integration tests based on time series. Okay, now sample size and appropriate approaches. This is a very important aspect in the research. Some people, they say, okay, they don't know even about the basics of the approach, but they apply the approach. I have seen some papers published in Applied Economics in 1999. Yeah. So if you look at the ARDL bound testing, autoregressive conditional distributive lag modeling. So you will see Hashim Muhammad Pisran, He used the data for UK. I think it's a stock market and other variables data. And yeah, it was 200 years data, 200 years monthly data. So you can say, I mean, apply, just multiply 200 with the 12, so you will get almost a huge number of observations. Once he applied his first empirical approach on this data. But I have seen paper published in applied economics, they just apply the ARDL bound testing on the 24 annual observations. So if you have the bigger sample size, so maybe you once you are in a bigger pool, so you have a more choice. Okay, so based on the sample size, you should move for the empirical analysis. If let's say you have very small, but nowadays I have seen some people, they just I'm going to do the panel data on 10 years observation. They say, okay, we have a huge number of cross sectionals, so our number of observations, I mean, a problem is just solved due to great number of countries. But the issue is still there. I mean, once you know the basic of each approach, then you are in a better position to apply the appropriate approaches. Okay, so is complicated empirical approaches a guarantee for the publication? People, they ask, okay, I know a very high-fi empirical approach, okay, so we can apply on this data, so we can do a research. My concern is, it's not a guarantee. If you are very good in idea, you are very good in a write-up, of course it will take time, and then you are very good in empirical approaches, okay, so you should choose the approach according to your idea. You know, my brothers, it was a time in research when every journal, they are publishing papers based on unit root testing, just on the unit root testing. This is the data for the, I mean, 200 countries. I mean, what we say, temporary and permanent economic shocks. People, they publish papers on GDP unit root testing. They publish papers on energy consumption unit root testing. They publish papers on CO2 emissions unit root testing, just to find the convergence or divergence of that particular variable. So if you are, yeah, some journals, okay, they sometimes run after the very complicated empirical approaches, but they also ask the your idea should be very confined. Let's say here you see, yes, you can see. Yes, you can see here R fluctuation, natural gas consumption per capita, transitory evidence from time series and panel unit root test. So just in that paper, we have applied one time series analysis, okay, time series unit root test, then other one the panel unit root test, and we published that paper in 2014 in Energy. And Energy, you know, is itself a bigger journal.
Nu. Păi tu ce-i dau lui? Nu e normal să dau lui, tu ce zici? Cum vrei?
Okay, so here you see, this is another paper, I mean, published in 2013. R fluctuation in electricity consumption per capita transitory evidence from developed and developing economies. Just we divide the world into developed and developing countries, and we apply a very simple unit test, okay? You can see in the abstract, we just applied the Lagrange multiplier test. That's it. And in that paper, I think just we have two tables. And you can see a renewable and sustainable energy reviews is a very, very big journal, okay? I think they should unmute because it's making nice here.
Lasă că se semneze el când vine de seară. Mai bine.
Okay. So please follow journal's demand, or okay, so just please follow journal's demand. What we do, this is a common mistake we do, I mean, on daily basis. What we do, first we write the paper, okay, then we search the journal according to the theme of our paper. But what I say, being a researcher, you should just focus, okay, so which journal you think is suitable for your research. Let's say if I want to publish paper in energy economics, what I do, I first see the contents of that journal and what type of papers they are publishing, okay, then I prepare my manuscript. Let's say it was a time in the energy economics research, then everybody was publishing papers on energy consumption and economic growth. Everybody was publishing papers on environmental pollution curve. Everybody was publishing paper on pollution heaven hypothesis. So there are many things. But nowadays, I mean, it's a COVID era, after COVID era. So now every journal, they are trying to cover before a COVID period, during COVID period, then what is after COVID. So such kind of shocks, I mean, we should see once we do the research. Let's say here I share you. So this is a very recent paper we published in energy economics. What is thought? What is my thought about China? Nowadays, China is hot cake. Whatever the idea about Chinese economy, it will go very fastly in a very good journal. In that paper, I mean, we discussed okay, energy growth hypothesis, but we also mentioned that I mean that hypothesis is weak without the consideration of human capital and research and development expenditures. I mean, in the growth model, we talk about the technology, but how technology we can capture? From where technology comes? It will come through human capital. It will come through research and development expenditures. And you can see, if I share you, we just almost 2 years. I mean, it took to publish in energy economics. Okay, so see the other link. Yeah, you see the private-public partnership investment in energy as a new determinant of carbon emissions. I think till now, just 3 to 4 papers published on this issue. So I was the pioneer of that idea in energy economics. So again, is on China. Yes. So make result discussions unique and attractive. Okay, let me share my paper here. So then. Okay. So you can see in the picture, reviewers, they have weapons in their hands just to tune your paper, okay? So you may say first revision, second revision, then third revision, okay? So first of all, once you do the result interpretation, you should compare your results with the other studies. I mean, if you do a paper on, I mean, Romania, let's say we will do a paper on Romania, like say energy growth hypothesis or environmental pollution curve. So I will see what is new in my study and what was missed in the previous studies. And if my results are, I mean, different from the previous studies, I have to justify. If my results are similar with the previous studies, even then I have to justify. So in that way, you can make, I mean, your results interpretation very attractive. Okay, if you lose that, I mean, thing, then I think it would be, it will not be interesting for the reviewer to see your results. I mean, in a very good way. How, if you see, this is my paper published in 2012. If I'm not wrong, I think I was the first person who introduced this term in the research. So first time I compared my results, I mean, of Tunis with the previous studies. Okay, and after that, if you see my all the papers after 2012, so you will find this segment in my papers. And now all the other searches, they are all they are also following my this way of interpretation in their research papers. Okay, so now we have to prepare our conclusion, policy implication, and future direction based on the demand of the journal. For example, Journal of Criminal Production. It's a huge journal, okay, and I mean they are publishing very quality publication. In JCP, when you prepare your manuscript, what I do, I just enhance my conclusion part. Conclusion, policy implications, then future directions. But if I publish a paper in energy policy, its name is energy policy. It means when you want to submit any paper to energy policy, you should give more attention to the energy policy side. Then they will consider your paper. If you come to the energy economics nowadays, they are asking for the, I mean, being a researcher, they ask you for the future directions. It is their main focus in the paper. So based on the structure of the journal, based on the demand of the journal, based on the type of the contents of the journal, you have to prepare conclusion, policy implication, and future direction. Once you, I mean, it's a very good idea. Let's say if you give the future direction, it means you are securing your citations. If anybody takes your future direction as a new research paper, he or she will have to cite your paper. So this is a way how to enhance your citations. Okay, abstract writing. Some journals, they ask you to write abstract not more than 150 words. Like economics letters, they just demand the manuscript not more than 2,000 words. I mean, if your paper in economics letters is more than 2,000 words, their system will not accept your paper. So similarly, I'm in energy policy, they ask you, okay, so your abstract should not be less than 150 words. Some journal they ask not more than 150 words. Some they ask not less than 150 words. So then, so you should see that in energy economics, they never bother about the abstract. Okay, what they say, okay, abstract. I mean, if it is 150 words or 200 words or 250 words, what you have done, that should be prominent in the abstract. Thank you very much for your kind attention. I just finished, I think, within 43 minutes.
Thank you, Professor. It was a very interesting presentation showing us how to perform in research, in scientific research, and how to enhance our achievements to have a great career in science. If there are any questions for Professor Shahbaz, please. So we are taking questions. Anyone?
Hi, dear Professor Nutza and dear Professor.
My Facebook friend. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Shahbaz. I am very honored because I received the invitation from Professor Nutza, and I participate to this interesting conference. And I want to thank you because you encourage us to go forward. Even we receive many rejections for our articles. For example, last week I received 2 rejections for our articles, but we try to.
You know, I was in France from applied economics. within 1 week, I received 14 rejection, 14 rejection in 1 week from applied economics.
Yes, yes, difficult, difficult situation, but we try to go forward as you encourage us. Thank you very much, and we appreciate a lot your papers, because we are interested also in energy economics. I think is a topical subject in
energy economics. But according to my information, energy economics is the future now.
Yes, yes.
It was a time when the world was running after the oil, world was running after the gas, world is running after the LPG, world was running after the fossil fuels. Now world is running after the green technology, green energy. So there would be no ending in energy economics.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much, and keep in touch.
Yeah.
Maybe you can visit other Romanian universities. For example, I'm a professor at Petroleum and Gas University. We are part of traditional universities, but now we try to develop our programs and to have new programs like renewable energies, because this is the future, renewables.
Yeah,
so
I think we have already made it. We have already made a team with Professor Florian. So we are planning. So if you are interested, so you can come into my team. So we can do some very good research based on availability of the data for Romania. I know one of my friend, Romanian friend. So, but I think now he moved to France, if I'm not wrong. So I just forgot the name. So he was a very nice guy. So we did 2 papers. I think one paper published in Renewable and Sustainable Energy Reviews, and other paper I just forgot the name. I remember I published 2 papers on Romania.
Okay.
I think I can share. I can share my WhatsApp number here. Okay. Yes.
One at Briha and Professor Balsadobre from Spain. Daniel Balsadobre from Spain.
Yeah, they are my family. Yeah, they are my family.
Yes, I know this. Yes, yes.
So I have just shared my WhatsApp number here. Okay. So if anybody wants to contact me, so through WhatsApp, you can do that.
Okay, thank you. And keep in touch. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Professor, now you have a family in Romania too.
Yeah.
Okay, so until everybody else is thinking about the questions, I would ask a question regarding the situation nowadays in energy, because you know the whole world context is changing now because of the war in Ukraine. And my question is, do you see a new topic in energy economics regarding the energy market with the whole deal with Russia and the dependence of fossil fuels in the European market?
Very hot topic nowadays. People, they do research on energy poverty. Okay, so you may say access to electricity in rural areas and in urban areas. The paper I was discussing with you with the Italian guy, that is on India, and that is the energy poverty in rural India and energy poverty in urban India. Okay, so on the other things, we just submitted one paper to I think energy economics. My Chinese guy, he just presented that paper in a conference conducted in Paris. The term just transition, not transition, just transition, means how world is moving from the fossil fuels, from the what we say, fossil fuels to the green energy. Okay, so in green energy there's a wind energy, there's a renewable energy. Okay, then the hydro energy. So this is called we can make an index for Romania on just transition. So we can do that, okay? And on the other side, definitely, Ukraine-Russia crisis, they are not, affecting the European energy side. They are going to affect the whole world. So such kind of shocks we should consider in our research. So we can do that, okay? On the other side, we have many macroeconomic variables like financial development, trade, foreign direct investment, private investment, local investment, public investment. So we can find out a threshold point, okay? So at that point, if we increase like trade, so how it affects your overall energy consumption, how it affects your thermal energy consumption, how affect your fossil fuel energy consumption, how it affects your green energy consumption. So there are many things. I haven't seen much research on Romania, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, you are right. And I think the whole thing in Ukraine and the dependence of energy coming from Russia will hurry up things, switching from fossil fuels to renewables and green energy. I think the deadlines for free carbon economy will shorten now with the Russian crisis.
So if you remember over the COP26, just happened in Glasgow. So I remember the Prime Minister of UK, they banned investment in the fossil fuels. They just said, okay, future is for the renewable or green energy. So do investment in green energy. No more investment in fossil fuels. So if UK they are moving, yeah, I know this is a long time. It will take time and it needs resources. But my question, when we start? Let's say if we start from today, so then we can talk about the transition by tomorrow or day after tomorrow. But if we have not started yet, so then what do we talk? And believe me, there will be a time when there's no trade if you produce anything by using fossil fuels. There will be no trade, there will be no space for you in international market. Because I know the experience when I was France. If we go to the market to buy anything, so we read, okay, the ingredients, all these things. So there will be a time when all the customers they read, okay, so this product is prepared by the fossil fuel, this product is prepared by the renewable energy. So then the people they will go to buy a product which is prepared by the renewable energy.
Yeah.
So we have to see all these things.
Yes, that time will come and will come fast now, because
very fastly because UK they said, okay, till 2030 we have to shift our economy for making investment to the renewable energy. So today 2022, just 8 years.
Yeah.
After that there will be difficulty for all the countries if they don't consume renewable energy sources. And after COVID, even during COVID, you see the directions of all the economies have been changed due to COVID-19.
Yes.
I was not expecting. I will sit 3 years in Pakistan and I get salary from China. I was not expecting this, and I was not expecting all the conferences on the Zoom or on the a WU meeting. I was similar with the seminar, but I was not similar with the webinar. So we should be thankful to COVID. Who just put together all the researches on one screen.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Any further questions?
If you allow me. Hi, I'm Alina Railano from Danubis University. Yes, indeed, there are few studies related to economics aspects related to renewable energy, but still, from the technical point of view, there are a lot of researches related to waves, wind, and not only, and also currents. I myself, I'm part of such a research team dealing with mixed farms of wind and waves for renewable energy. But unfortunately, it's related to the Black Sea, and now the Black Sea, it's not the proper environment to develop such farms.
Yeah, you're right. But my concern, once we start, then we find the solutions. But if we don't start, so then how solutions can come? I mean, as you said, that you are involved in such kind of a research, okay? I mean, you are talking about the wind energy, you are talking about the renewable energy. So think about a country who is just using coal. So once you are using coal, so what would be the situation of carbon emissions? So that's why if countries, I mean, not very fastly, if the developing economy, they are moving to the renewable energy sources slowly, and now we have also started talking about the quality of the life. Once we talk about the quality of life, we talk about the quality of environment. So now, in simple words, what we say, on the name of quality of life, countries, they are moving to save their generations. So if you don't start, so it means you are just cutting the right of future generation.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. After all, this is sustainable development, right?
Yeah.
Live for future generation the right and the choices to have their life. Thank you. Any further questions? If not, I have to thank you, Professor, for your insightful presentation and for accepting being with us today. I look forward for future collaboration with you and other researchers worldwide. You are invited to be our guest in physical form in the near future here in Romania. So hopefully the whole situation will improve and we'll be able to see each other and shake hands, you know.
Yeah, I'm planning to have a coffee in Romania, I think in September or October.
Perfect. We should see each other then. Thank you all for your participation in our plenary session today, opening the second day of our conference. This concludes our session. Professor, if you have any words in the final of this session, please.
You are talking to me?
Yeah, if you want to say something to finish this session.
Yeah, let me come to Romania, so I will come, I mean, with a number of ideas, okay? So this is what I say.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you all. Have a great conference today. Have a great day, and let's see each other under great circumstances. Thank you.